Good morning to all engineering students. This video lecture is on the topic development of surfaces coming under the course name Engineering Graphics and Design U20 MEEJ01. It is the fourth model of the syllabus. Myself, Dr. D. Raghuraman, Associate Professor, the Department of Automobile Engineering, Bharat Institute of Higher Education and Research. Now we will continue with the topic development of surfaces. So this development of surfaces video lecture is getting prepared by Dr. D. Raghuraman, myself, the Department of Automobile Engineering, and Dr. K. Selvakumar, Department of Mechanical Engineering. So we will see about the development of surfaces. What is the development of surfaces? So name itself it implies it's going to be a surfaces only, not a volume. So whatever the solid object you are going to wrap it and unwrap it, so you are going to get a surfaces. That is what a development is, the unfold or unrolled flat plane figure of a 3D object. The 3D object is what I say a standard solids. It is also called a pattern. This development of surfaces, it is also called as a pattern, where the plane may show the true size of each area of the object. So the solid object, it will be covered within surfaces. That is what areas. That areas you can able to develop. That is why you are seeing it as development of surfaces. When the pattern is cut, it can also be rolled or folded back into the original shape as shown in the figure. So if you're seeing in the figures, if you're seeing, you will be having a solid prism, a square prism, as well as a cone. If you are unwrapping it, you will be getting a development of surfaces. So here at the bottom of the paper sheet, you will be seeing folded sheets. That is what a development of surfaces. Here also, if you are seeing a cone and if you are unwrapping it, you will get a radial type of a surface. That is what a radial line method will be followed, because while unwrapping, you will get the base shape is what the circumference that you get as an arc of on a circle, like half of a circle you can get. It will be getting as an arc sector. That is why you will be following a radial line method for the case of cone and pyramid, and for the case of prism and cylinder, the base shape and the top shape base is going to be the same. So you will be going to follow a parallel line method. That's what we are going to see in development of surfaces. So what is the meaning in development of surfaces? You are assuming have an object as a hollow and it's made of on a thin sheet. Then what you will not be having the case of on a solid object. If you are having a hollow object, mean once you are unwrapping it, it is going to be a development of surface only. You are not going to have any thickness. That's what if you are cutting and opening it from outside and unfolding the sheet completely, then that shape is what unfolded shape is what it is called to be a development of a lateral surface. If a development of surface means base also you are going to include. A lateral surface means only the unfolded sheet. The lateral surface is excluding the base shape. That is what you will be having a lateral surfaces. And if you are seeing lateral surface, that is the surface excluding a solid top and base. That is what a lateral surface. A entire development surface means you are including the top and base also. That is what entire development surface. If you are seeing the engineering application, there are so many products or objects which are difficult to manufacture by a conventional manufacturing processes because of their shapes and sizes. Those are fabricated in sheet metal industry by using the development technique. There is a vast range of another subject. If you're seeing examples, there are boiler shells, chimneys, pressure vessels, shovels, trays, boxes and cartoons, feeding hoppers and large pipe sections, and body and parts of an automotive, ships, aeroplanes, and many more you can able to find in case of this example. So what is our object in this topic? To learn about what is the method of development of surfaces. As already I told, you are going to see the methodology as a parallel method as well as radial line method, and also the section and frustums. That is what our aim. Before going to the ahead of this topic, we are having to note about these important points. In case of development, it is being different from that of projections. In projections, you will be having a projection of front view and top view, and you will be seeing that there will be a point-to-point projection, but you will be having some different methodologies here, especially a radial line method. If you are seeing, you may not be able to make a projections like that. You will be having a development of surfaces, so the procedure is being entirely different, whatever we have seen from the projections. And only thing, up to projection of solid, you will be having the concept of projections. After that, once you are coming to the case of a radial line method, is the development procedure is being different. And also we are seeing the shape that is showing a area. That means you will be having a 2D plane drawing. And also the dimension, if you are seeing, it must be a true dimensions. And as it representing shape of an unfolded sheet, no edges can remain hidden, and hence dotted lines are never shown on the development. Because backside surface, if the object is hiding, in a projection of solid, you will be representing it as a dotted line. But while coming to the concept of an development, that same surface you are able to touch and unwrapping as it is being unfolded sheet, that dotted line also should be represented as a continuous thick line. That is what the concept in case of development. Now, seeing about the methods of development, the methods to be followed for making the development of solid, that will be what depending upon the nature of the lateral surfaces. And also based on the classification of solids, the following methods what it is followed in development. So based upon the solid, parallel line method will be selected whenever you are having the base and the top surface it is being equal, then you will be going for a parallel line method. And that is what you will be having a prism and cylinder. And the radial line method you will be following for the case of a pyramid and a cone, because the base and the top it is not being equal. The top will be only a point in case of a radial line method. That's why while unwrapping you will be getting a radial arc. That's why you are going for a radial line development. And the third one is the triangulation method, especially it is for tetrahedron. And approximate development, this we are required to follow for the sphere. But what is majorly required to concentrate in development of surfaces is this parallel line method and radial line method, because it is what maximum standard solids is covering by the first two methodology. This video lecture also it is covering with the concept of the first two methodologies only. You can see a parallel line development. It is what it is used for developing prism and single curved surfaces like cylinder as well as prism, and in which all the edges are generator. Edges we can say for the case of prism, and for the case of cylinder we will be saying it generators, because it is only a imaginary lines. You can see here lines, but it is not actual object lines. These are all only generators. These are all generators only, that you will be drawing thin only in your drawing sheet while you are making a protection of a development of surface. This surface it will be thin only, even if it is not drawn. In case while you are making your final solution, it is not required to draw. Only if you are having cut section, at that time you will draw it as thin. Then you will identify whatever the contour portions, that portion you can mark as in a point. At that time it is required. Drawing the generator is required. This is what a parallel line development. And the radial line development, if you are seeing, it is employed for the pyramids and the single curved surfaces like cones, in which the apex is taken as center and the slant edge or generator, which are the true length as the radius for the development. So you will be taking the true length of the slant edge, because actual object it will be what this is what actual slant edge, but the true slant edge means if you are drawing in a circle of this base, and on the circle, what is the extreme point of the circle? That radius from the center to that radius is, from that if you are drawing a slant edge, that is what is going to give you a true slant line. Whenever you are going to see a problem, you will understand it. Okay. Now about the third methodology is what a triangulation method. In the triangulation method, it is especially followed for a polyhedron. Here you will be having the example for the tetrahedron. Okay, it's a single curved surfaces that will be unwrapped, and it is what used within a triangulation method. You will be having a formation of triangle surfaces, because it's not like a regular object, so you can't able to follow a parallel line method or a radial line method. Directly a triangulation method only you can prefer for the case of a tetrahedron. And in approximate development, it is especially for a sphere. The shapes are obtained by only approximate. After joining, the part will be stretched or distorted to obtain the final shape. Now, the development of lateral surface, as already explained, parallel line method and a radial line method. This is what a major one. And you can see here a cylinder and prism. This is following a parallel line method. What is the base circumference? For that circumference, you will be creating the line length, the horizontal line length. You can see here for a circle, the circumference of a circle you will be knowing that is pi d, either 2 pi r or pi d. So for that pi d, you will be making a line, horizontal line. That is what the circumference it is getting stretched, because the concept of development is what you are going to unwrap. You are covering with a sheet and you are unwrapping it. That is what you are developing that surface, development of lateral surface. Okay, you are excluding this base as well as the top surface. Only lateral surface means this only, this outer circumference only. Okay, so you know the circumference formula. For the entire circumference, it is going to be get wrapped and then unwrapped. Okay, that's why you are making it for circumference length pi d. and what is its height. For that height you will be making a rectangle. Okay, and the case prism, if in case of a prism, if you are seeing here what prism is represented, is a pentagonal prism. You will be knowing pentagon having what? It will be having a base, will be having 5 sides. Pentagon will be having 5 sides. As it is a prism, bottom also a pentagon, top surface also a pentagon. So you will be able to make 5 sides. So while you are unwrapping, you can able to say there will be a 5 rectangular surfaces, because a pentagonal prism will be having the 5 rectangular surfaces. If it is a pyramid, you will be having a triangular surfaces. For a prism, it will form a rectangular surfaces. So you can able to see 5 rectangular surfaces. So 3, 4, 5. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 rectangular surfaces you can see. That is what, while unwrapping the lateral surface, you will be getting a 5 rectangular surfaces. If the entire development is cast, you have to attach the base at the bottom of anywhere, any of the rectangle you can join that, and the top surface you can join at any of the one of the straight line edge. You can join a top surface. Okay. Now about a radial line method. In radial line method, base will be what, a circle again, but the top will be what? It is not the same as in a circle. It will be a up as only one point. At that one point, the base has to connect through a slant hit. So that's what it have a formula while we are going to unwrap how much of a arc length we will be having. That will be dependent upon the slant height as well as the radius. Okay, depending upon that, r by l into 360 degree if you are putting, you can able to get unwrapping distance whatever it is going to be. That calculation, theta calculation, you can make with respect to the base circle radius as well as the slant height, because that only you are unwrapping. While unwrapping, how much it is going to get, because 360 degree is what? It is for a full circle angle. If you are seeing, that is being 360 degree. While you are unwrapping, how much it is going to be. That's why you are making a relation r by l into 360 degree. This entire 360 degree is converted into this r by l. Okay, this means what? Theta by 360 degree equal to r by l, the relation between the radius as well as the slant length. Okay, the slant length is being what? It is going to be a radius for an entire circle, radius for an entire circle, and this is what? For the base of a circle, this base circle. Okay, so this concept is not new. It is already learned in case of the case of cycloid itself. You would learn all this concept. In case of that, you will be having a development of theta angle you are calculating. Okay, so you are having a relation between the outer circle, because hypocycloid, epicycloid, you have learned that. Okay, you will be rolling over the another circle. At the time itself, you have used this formula. From that only again we are making use in this development. Okay, and here you can able to see, as here you had seen a rectangle surfaces, here you'll be seeing a triangle surfaces. It is being a square pyramid, so you can able to see 4 triangles here. Okay, so here rectangle and here a triangle, 4 triangles. Okay, and the meaning of frustum means if you are cutting the cone and pyramid at a particular height, then that is what it is going to be a frustum. The base surface, what I said, it's being a circle. Here also a circle, but with a reduced radius. Here also you will be having a square shape. Here also you will get a square shape, but with a reduced size. That is what the meaning of a frustum. And truncated, the thing is what already said in a section of solid itself. In an inclined manner, if you are cutting that solid, that will be what? A truncated one. But for a development, it is concentrated with the frustum solids only. Okay. Now this is what the development of the surface. So you have a cut portion that is getting removed. Here the cut portions are getting removed. Remaining portions only you will be making the development. Okay. So if you are making up to this, then entire triangle shape will come. But you see there is a cutting up on a triangle so that it is forming a other shape. Okay. So now in a problem, you can see the problem that first you are going to complete a what is the projection of solid, then you are going to proceed your development. Either it is being a prism or cylinder, first you are observing that. So now it is a prism, so you'll be going to make a parallel line method. And if it is a pyramid, you will go for what? A radial line method. So now as it is being a prism, you are going to make use of a parallel method. Observing the dimensions, it is being what? Base side being 40 mm and axis like 50 mm, resting on HP on one of its base. So the entire base, it is resting on HP. So the square base is resting on HP. So it is going to stand above XY, because above XY is what? VP. So above XY is VP means that XY line will be what? That will be a HP. And where the true shape of the square you can draw is, you can able to draw the true shape of one square in the top view. Now you can observe the remaining detail. See, on one of its base, with the side of base inclined at 35 degree to VP. One of the base you got to make inclination 35 degree to VP. Then cutting plane condition they had given, it is 30 degree to HP and perpendicular to VP and bisecting the axis. And they draw the development of the remaining portion of the prism. They are not as the lateral development, as the development of remaining portion. So you have to include the square portion also at both the bottom as well as at the top. So you can see 35-degree line you are drawing because it is given one of the base is inclined at 35 degree to VP. So you are making a 35-degree inclination, and here you are going to draw the square shape. The side is given as what, 40 mm. Taken a convenient length from 50 mm or 50 mm, because we are going to draw 40 square here. So your 40 mm length is what the dimension. So 40 here, then 40 length here, 40 length here. So complete the square shape. Okay, you are completing the square shape, and after completing the square shape, you will be giving the letterings. So it is being a square prism. So at the top it will be having 4 points, and the bottom it will be having 4 points. And that you have to project at your above xy, that is what for a front view, that projections has to be made to the front view. The axis length is given as what, it is 50 mm, and the cutting plane condition it is given as bisecting the axis. So bisecting means at half of the distance. That is why at 50 half of the distance is being 25. At 25 you are going to bisect it. And how the condition is given, it is inclined at 30 degree to HP. Okay, and it is what, perpendicular to VP, and it's bisecting the axis. Now you are going to make these projections. Okay, so this is what the angle it is being given 30 degree, because they are given inclined at 30 degree to HP. This is what the condition given, 30 degree inclination you have to cut. Okay, so that line you have to draw. Okay, and now see the points you had given A, B, C, D. Okay, for the top view, that A, B, C, D you had made as without bracket. That means what, it is clearly visible to you. So that is what the top surface point. In the top view, A, B, C, D you can able to view. But PQRS you had mentioned it within bracket. That means what? This is the bottom point. PQRS, it is within bracket. That means it is hidden point. So you can mark a ABCD on the respective projection at the top surface, and bottom surface is what? This is resting at ground. Here you are going to make PQRS on the respective projections. And you will be connecting the diagonal, the center points you are connecting. The diagonal, if you are connecting, you will identify where the center point is. From that, you have to make an axis line. Okay, so that you are having axis. So now this is what you are making a development. So the cut portion is there. So whatever the cut portion is there, okay, section plane is cutting here. So below this object only you are going to have an existing object. So this point you have to connect as a thick line. And also the section plane, you can make the section planes as like center lines you have to draw. But the only thing is different is at the end you have to make it as a thick one. That is the difference for indication of section plane. And you are having, once the section plane is drawn, then it is cutting here. Only this what visible edge you will get here, and then here below and below only you will get a visible edge. Remaining top portion that is going to be removed, so that is not required to make as a thick one. So the bottom portion alone you will be drawing it as a thick one, and you will be having the respective points. See the respective points as already mentioned, ABCD only what it is coming top, PQRS will be at the bottom. So respectively P dash and Q dash, R dash, S dash. And here you will be having respectively A dash, as well as here you will be having a B dash and C dash, D dash. Okay, C dash, D dash. Okay. So on respective PQRS, okay, and same sequence AB and CD with the same sequence. Okay. So straight to that. And also you can check the projection, either you are making it correct or not. You can check the projection. Now for this, what you are required to make a development. So as it is being a parallel line method, you have to draw a line from this prism, from this entire height, okay, for the entire height, and then for this circumference length. So total circumference length you will be knowing it is being 40. So for 160 mm, you have to make a parallel lines. So where it is cutting, that cutting points you are going to mark down. So where it is cutting is here at a 1 dash, okay, and that is what on the first edge, A P, because first letter A and P, okay, that longer edge it is cutting, that is 1 dash. And the next visible edge is what? BQ. We have a BQ edge that it is cutting at 2 dash. And the next visible edge is what? This CR is the edge. This is the CR edge, and then it is cutting visible edge, so it is 3 dash. And it is the invisible edge, that is 4 dash. So in case of on a section, up to section, you will have the ability to see the hidden lines, dotted lines. But once you are coming to development, this dotted line also, it has to be drawn as a continuous thick line, because the concept is what? You are going to unwrap, and that only you are proceeding as a presentation as your result. So you are unwrapping it and you are seeing it. Again, you should not show it as a dotted line. So that should be a visible line when you are development of surface. Okay. So now you are going to draw a parallel line from each cutting points, and the entire solid also you are going to make first. After that, you are going to proceed this cut portion, because actually the cut portion only exists in solid, but you have to make first an entire rectangle. How much rectangle you are going to get is 4 rectangles you are going to get. So now you are making parallel lines. This is the top point, and this is the cutting point for 3 and 4 and 2 and 1. Also from the bottom, you are making a lines, parallel lines. That is why it's a parallel line method. And you will be having what? Yeah, 4 rectangles. This is the first rectangle, because you are having a rectangular surfaces. First surface, second surface, third surface, fourth surface. So as a square prism, it is having a 4 surfaces. So you are making the 4 surfaces allocation of areas. Now you are going to transfer the points, the cut points as well as the respective letters. So you had what? At the bottom you will be having PQRS. So if it is starting from P, then Q or S again P, because you had unwrapped the surface. So here also A, then B, C, D, and again A will come. You can see, okay, P, Q, R, S, P, okay. Then at the top, similarly A, B, C, D, and again A, okay. Simply you unwrap the surface of a solid of a square prism. But this is not going to be completed. Only you are going to take this development, but you are required to make this lettering also, because you need to note what is the distance. For that purpose, you are required to make the letterings. Now you will be knowing 1 dash is what? At this distance where it is cutting, 1 dash is cutting at A and P, edge, longer edge. Here you will be having a 1, and here you will be having a 1. So that is what the point 1 is here, and also it is on this point AB, okay, also here. So that is what point 1, okay. You had a point 1, and next thing you can see that you will be having a point 2 where it is cutting. The point 2 is cutting at the longer edge of BQ. At BQ it is cutting. You can also see the same projection from 2 is coming, and where you have to mark that point 2 is here at BQ only you are required to mark. So that is why you will be having a point 2. Then point 3 is what it is marked at the visible edge CR. Okay, CR is what the next edge. On that you will be having a point 3. Here you have a point 3, and you can see at the edge DS. Okay, it is actually invisible edge you had shown, but in here while making the completion of an object, you have to mark it as not dotted line, continuous thick line only. Okay, so that is 4. Okay, so base will be what? It is available as a thick line, and then you are required to make vertical lines. Okay, so you are connecting all the points 1 to 2, 2 to 3, then 3 to 4, 4 to 1, then connect all the edges. These are all longer edges, existing edges you can make. Okay, they should not be made as a dotted line, it should be made as a continuous thick line. Okay, because in a development we should not make as it is. In a book solution they are showing it as a dotted line, but you mark it as a continuous thick line. Okay, and you are also going to make representation of the base. So the base is what? A square, and this you have to draw as thick because it is existing. But the top surface also you can draw, but draw it as thin because that is a removed portion. That is a removed portion, so you can draw it as a thin one. Okay. So this is what it had, the circumference of 160 mm. That is also required to show. So you are required to show this circumference length is being 160 as well as its side is being what? 40, that you had represented at your development, so that it will be clear the base is being 40 mm side, and also it is a total circumference length is being 160. So similarly, the second problem, if you are seeing, it is being what? It is being a lateral surface upon a cylinder arch. So to draw the development of a lateral surface of a lower portion of a cylinder of diameter 45 mm and height being 60 mm, when it is sectioned by a plane inclined at 40 degree to HP and perpendicular to VP and bisecting the axis. So that it is given, it is being a cylinder, okay, and also you are required to draw the development of the lateral surface. So what you are going to make is, if nothing is mentioned how the position of a solid, directly you are going to take it, it is resting on the ground. So now you are making to rest it on ground, and then you are going to cut by a plane inclined at 40 degree to HP. We are knowing inclined to HP, always it is coming above XY, and also the condition is given bisecting. So half of the distance. You are cutting at the half of the distance, and in the top view itself you had made into 12 divisions. Make it into 12 divisions, and the respective projectors you will be making respective generators. This generator is what helpful for identification of the cut points. Whatever the cut points you have, the same cut point and parallel line you are going to put on the respective generator lines. So you had a 12 divisions, so that while unwrapping, also you are going to divide that circumference rectangle. You had the circumference length as well as the height of the cylinder. On this rectangle, you are going to divide this circumference length into 12 divisions. How to divide it into equal 12 divisions? You are having a geometrical construction procedure. Any angle less than 30 degree, you can draw a line, and on that line you can take 120 mm, because you are going to divide into 12 divisions. So you can take a 12 mm and you can able to make 12 parts, 12 equal parts you can divide. Okay. So by that methodology, whatever we had already followed in case of a cycloid, involute, in first unit itself, the concept again you are reusing it, and you can divide this circumference into 12 equal divisions. Once you are dividing into 12 equal divisions, you will be having a 12 vertical lines. Then, wherever you had the cut portions, you had drawn a cutting plane. You can see the cutting plane, see that the edge you will be having the dot thick line. So now you will be able to see that, you can be able to see that you are going to have on a cut points here, okay. On the cut points, you will be drawing a parallel line. So where the cut points are, you have drawn it P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, and then A, Z, Y, and X, Y, Z, okay. So all these point, if you are seeing, you are given a point wherever it is cutting, okay. You will be having a point 1 to 12, okay. So that's what you are given top surface point. Similarly, at bottom you will be having the point, okay. So on this edge, first edge you have taken it as Q, and the second edge you have taken it as a Q, and third edge you have taken as R. That respective lettering only you are putting here. But the first edge, okay, the bottom point you can even make 1 1, okay, 2 1 like that, okay, as a suffix 2 1 3 1 like that you can make, okay, and here 4 1 you can make the suffix, okay, for indication, okay. So on the respective generators, you will be having the respective letter. That is why parallel line is drawn. So wherever you are having the same letter, that letter only you are going to put on the respective generator. For example, now you can see 7. Okay. On 7 you had marked V. You can see V is what marked at 7. So respective lettering you are going to give on the generators and the parallel line, so that you will be able to complete it. Now note that now you are making a cylinder. At the cylinder, the cut portions you should not connect as in a straight line. You have to connect as in a curve, because you will be knowing it is not having edges. It is not having a flat surface. In the flat surface, if you are connecting the development points, then it will be connected as in a straight line. Because flat surface, if you are drawing a line, you will get that first. A straight line only you will get. But in a cylinder, if you are drawing using even you can take a wooden cylinder model, and if you are going to draw a chalk piece mark on that, you can able to see you will be getting a curve only. You will not get a straight line on the circumference of a circle. If you are going to draw anything, you will not form a straight line. You will form a curve only. That's why you will be having a connection of all points will be curves. But in case of a prism, you will be having a flat surface. You will be having a rectangular surface. Here you are not having a rectangular surface. Entirely it is a smooth surface. So that you will form a smooth curve only, not a straight line. That is important. You will be forming a smooth curve. Then here you are having a existing of object. This is outer object, so you will be connecting it as a straight line. Base it will be connected as a straight line. But in between, you are having a connection of cut points that should be connected as a smooth curve only. And all the generators that will be what? Thin. top portion is getting removed, so you are not going to make it as a thick line. Okay, this is what a development of a cylinder. Okay, this is what explaining about a parallel line method. Okay, at the next video lecture we will see about the radial line method. Okay, thank you. Thanks to all.